Hey, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are watching this video from. So, I just want to talk about some things that may be keeping you stuck that you're just not aware of them. So, the first thing that may be keeping you stuck is that you're just not clear on what it is, on how you want to live your life. When it comes to overcoming stagnation and feeling stuck, that means that you have hit the wall of the woman that you have been. Maybe you've been a mother, you've been a wife, maybe you've been a long-term partner, maybe you've been a caretaker for family members. So you have taken on those roles, and now that you are feeling, unmotivated, you're feeling unfulfilled, that means that you are no longer that woman. And now that it's time for you to really explore yourself, take another direction and really begin to walk into the fullness of the woman that God has created you. That means that your purpose, your passion, when you're feeling stuck, is calling you, that it is time for you to do something more, something greater, something better. It's time for you to really walk into the things that God has created and prepared for you. Okay, so the next thing is you're not very intentional about your life. When you are recreating, when you are redefining or rediscovering or reinventing yourself, you have to be really intentional about how you want to live your life and how you want your life to feel. A lot of people don't know that it's more than just about creating a life and doing the physical things, but it is always too about how you want your life to feel. Do you want your life to be more joyful? Do you want more love in your life? That's why I always talk about being fulfilled, because even being successful does not mean that you are fulfilled. And fulfillment comes from the inside, how you feel on the inside about yourself, about your life, and how you feel about how your life is going. So I always talk about that because fulfillment is very important. I've learned that if you don't have fulfillment with success, then you really can't even enjoy the success. Okay, so being intentional about those things, being intentional about how you want your life to be, how you want your life to feel, is very important. Okay, so the third thing is your value, because when we're in our 20s and 30s, the things that matter to us then may not matter to us now. Those values that we had when we were younger is not no longer working for us. So we need to change our values. We need to really sit down and reflect about what are the things that we value. We may have valued I'll say we may have valued the milk being on the top shelf. But we've learned that if we have the milk on the top shelf, it could freeze and we need to put it on the third shelf. So, it's just little things like that. The things that we valued when we were in our 20s may be a different value now, because maybe we have learned to do something in a new way or in a better way. So just reevaluating your values, and also reevaluating the beliefs that you have about yourself. Who are you? The same person that you was when you were in your 20s? No. But we need to go back and we need to figure out who we are right now. Are we still operating on the same set of beliefs of when we were in our 20s? So, and if we don't become aware of that, or if we are not in alignment with the woman that we have already become, because right now you are a different person, but you just have not accepted that right now. You have not accepted it because we are still operating on the same values and beliefs that we did when we were in our 20s. So we have to reflect and reframe our values and our belief system, so that we can walk fully into the woman that we have become already. See, and that's the beautiful thing about it is because when you are feeling stuck or stagnant, that means that you are no longer that woman, and that you have already become the woman that you envision yourself to be. You just have not taken the new action. You just have not taken on the new set of beliefs and the new values and the principles, which is the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the principles. Are you still do you still have the same set of principles that you had when you were in your 20s and 30s? So if we're still operating in the things that we did when we were in our 20s, then there is no way that we can fully walk into the woman that God created us to be, or to walk in the new life, or the new journey, or, you know, on the journey of discovering ourselves even more, you know, being more curious about who we are, you know, exploring ourselves, you know, exploring different sides of ourselves, because we can get lost in, you know, being the wife, being the mother, being the caretaker, you know, taking on roles in our lives that we've had to take on from years before. But now if you're an empty nester and you know have time to really get into, you know, become aware of who you are, then now is the time for you to do that. So I just encourage you to really sit down, journal, and just think about what it is that you want, how you want your life to feel. Become clear, gain clarity about what it is that you desire. And then be intentional about your actions. And then evaluate your beliefs, your values, your beliefs, your principles, because those things we are not aware of, because those things that we have operated in those areas blindly as we, you know, in our 20s and 30s, and as we took on those roles, you know, things that have governed our behavior, our ways of thinking. And because you have come into a new season in your life, then we have to reevaluate those. Okay, so if you are ready to become intentional about those things and do things differently, if you go to my website, the website is on my Facebook page. Go ahead and download my 5-day identity reset resource that's there for you, and it'll give you direction on what you need to do. It'll give you tools, it'll take you into the direction that you need to go ahead and reset your mindset, because that's what becoming unstuck is about. It's about, you know, just reframing the mindset, you know, reframing how you think about yourself, reframing how you think about how your past experiences. There is this one quote that I love so much, and I quote it multiple times. So if you follow me on Facebook, you will know that one of my favorite quotes is, "You are not defined by your past experiences. You're prepared by them." And what do I mean by prepared? That means whatever God has for you, everything that you went through, you have gained the experience so those experiences and those lessons can be used for your vision, for your passion, for your purpose. Whatever that God has for you, you can use those lessons and you can create a beautiful and fulfilling life. And that is what I am here to help you with. I am someone who is very passionate about personal development. I believe that it is only through personal development that you can achieve anything fulfilling in your life, because personal development works you from the inside out. In order to achieve anything, you need to change on the inside. You need to change how you feel. You need to change how you think, so that you can develop into the woman that you see yourself to be, or the woman that you desire to be. So if you are interested in getting that 5-day identity reset, go ahead and download that resource. And also, after you're done with that, and if you feel like that you need a little bit more support on helping you to overcome the things that may be causing you to be stuck, schedule your one-on-one with me. You can get your free session, and we could talk about those things, and then we could talk about how I can help you go further in life, so that you can walk fully into all that God created you to be. Okay, thanks for watching this video. You don't forget to follow me, share this video with someone that you think that may need it, and I just hope to see you on the other side. Okay, you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.